for Hawaii on Wednesday. I think it was a Wednesday, and I had gone through the whole plans and everything with my framers, explained to them what needed to happen while I was gone, and the layout and so on and so forth, as well as I had a good friend of mine handling the project while we were gone. So felt pretty good leaving. Got on the plane, feel like everything's handled. And meanwhile, it was actually a Thursday. Thursday we flew into Hawaii. Daughter got married in Hawaii, and she was getting married that Sunday. So anyway, we're in Hawaii, and Friday late afternoon comes, and I had been gone 24 hours pretty much, and I texted my buddy, said, hey, let me know, kind of just an update on the house, send me pictures, and just kind of keep me in the loop. And he says, okay. Well, he just happened to be there about that time I texted him, so he tells me everything looks good, sends me a picture. I look at the picture, and this is an hour before we're supposed to go to our engagement party for our daughter, the first real thing we were doing there with her new husband's family. It was it was a big thing, so nerves are already maybe a little rattled for doing something like that. And anyway, he sends me a picture, and I look at it, and at first glance it looks great because we have these big 4 beams that run up on the outside of the wall, and they go from the foundation all the way up to the top floor. So I see those in place, and I'm thinking, cool, okay, yeah, wow, they made some good progress since we've been gone. And I start looking at it, and it just looks like something looks off. And I start looking at it a little bit harder, and I realize that I'm looking at our downstairs floor, which is just bedrooms and a den, but I see our dining room frame there, basically the window layout and the interior walls. I see in this picture, and I immediately cold sweat, panic, gut turning, feeling in the matter of a second. And so I get it. I text my buddy. I was like, "Hey, look at this, because it's wrong. It's really wrong." And I'm starting to panic. So then I'm like, "Okay, that's it. I'm calling the framer." So I call the framer, and I tell him, I said, "Hey, your guys built the wrong floor down. Built top floor and the bottom floor." And he goes, "No, not my guys. These are my good guys, not my guys." And I said, "Oh, your guys." And so I sent him. I told him, I said, "Well, I'm gonna send you a picture, and you'll see right away." So send him the picture, and he calls me back and he goes, "Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. I'm gonna call him." And then of course I call my buddy, and I was like, "Hey, man, this is stressing me all out." And he says, "Well, don't worry, it's fixable, and but I'm so far away, and I've been handling this thing every single day, and it was just that being away 24 hours, and it goes awry the way it did, and it stressed me to the max." Like I said, we are an hour away from going to this party, so I'm just sitting there scratching my head, trying to think of solutions and what's going to happen here, and I'm looking at the plans, going through things, going, how could they have got this wrong? Is it something in the plans? Was it not obvious? And everything. It was completely just a dumb mistake on their end, but isn't that the way it goes? You leave, and things go completely awry in a matter of 24 hours. So, needless to say, the fix wasn't too big of a deal. They were there Monday, reworking the walls. Fortunately, the interior walls were salvageable. They just were able to pull those up. But fortunately, we had caught them, because this was a Friday, and we had caught them in time, because on Monday they were going to start building the top floor, which had they had the top floor on there, it would have been a lot more difficult to get all that stuff apart without destroying a bunch of stuff. So fortunately, they were there Monday. We were able to get it pretty rectified by the end of Monday, so it wasn't a huge loss, but had it not been caught in time, it would have been a nightmare. So it all worked out in the end, and yeah, it was just super stressful, and it made for a really stressful night. But moral of the story is everything always works out. Just keep your head calm, because it'll work out.